This episode of That Boy's Got Knowledge was recorded at the House of Bombshell, located at 3601 Clarks Lane, Baltimore, Maryland.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel okay.
Luke, what inspires you every day?
I mean, for my kids, of course, you know what I'm saying, but I think God, you know what I'm saying, speaks to me all the time. He gave me a specific, you know what I'm saying, talent that don't too many people have, and that's just what drives me every day, you know what I'm saying. I think I have a unique talent to teach kids the game of basketball, and for them to improve at a rapid rate and ultimately, you know, go where they want to go and chase their dream.
All right. Well, what about you?
Daily improvement. If you put the work in, you're gonna improve. The right work too.
For sure.
Because there's no point going to the gym and doing stuff that's not gonna matter or you'll be able to implement into your game. But just daily improvement, daily grind. Working hard, whether it's once a day or twice a day. But just seeing kids reach their goals. Whether it's, you know, middle school kids, high school kids, college kids, getting to the next level, achieving their dreams, that's what drives me.
Yeah. I want to get a little bit more into depth, since both of y'all are great at what y'all do, which is training basketball trainers, like best in the area. What made you decide to go that way? Matter of fact, I'll take it deeper. Where did it start for you? Where did it start for you, Lou?
I mean, I know I had dreams and aspirations of playing pro. Unfortunately, I had broke my foot, and then in the midst of that, I had my first son, and I had a conversation with my godfather. He was like, you know what I'm saying, I know, you know what I'm saying, it can be stressful, but think about life after basketball and how you can still stay connected to the game. And he was like, I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but I'm just throwing it out there, you know what I'm saying. I've seen when you work out, you know what I'm saying, I've worked out with college kids, pro kids, and they ask me a lot of questions in particular. How did you do this? How do you do that? So for them to be able to ask me, you know what I'm saying, those type of questions, you know what I'm saying, it kind of gave me some clarity. Oh, I could really teach them this, you know what I'm saying. So in the midst of me following my dreams, I kind of got signs from other people that, you know what I'm saying, I could not only play it, but I could teach it as well.
What about you, Mark?
I honestly did not intend to be a trainer. Kind of like Lou. I mean, when you hoop, you got aspirations of playing in the NBA or playing overseas. For me, you know, I was able to get my foot in the door a little bit, but not really stick. So, you know, I was still putting in work, and parents just came up to me and asked me, you know, can you work with my kid? And I was like, okay. This was 7 years ago, out in SportsFit.
SportsFit.
One kid led to another kid led to a few more led to, all right, I got playing my Saturday and Sunday, let me get here early. 3 sessions with a few kids, I'm like, this is not bad, you know. And not saying I was one of the types to hold all my information that I've learned over the years of playing basketball, but I just never really thought like, okay, yeah, let me pass this down. But as time went by, like, yeah, this is pretty dope. And you show a kid to do something and they do it and you see the excitement in their eyes, that's pretty dope. So that led to kind of where I'm at right now.
94-50.
Yeah, but I want to get into more depth, like into personal, because I know this is what y'all do now, but before, like you said, y'all had aspirations of playing pro ball or found y'all journey. I want you to tell us about your journey. Like, I know, Maul, you from New York, Lou, you from DC, PG area, so I know that people that don't know you, give them a couple insights about who you are and what did you do, accolades or just the schools you went to. So, I mean, I want you to touch base on some of that stuff. We can start with you, Mo.
Well, I know I'm older than Lou. I'm 38. But I went to high school. I grew up in New York, elementary school, middle school, high school in New York. I went to junior college in Buffalo, New York, which is 8 hours away from New York City. Cole. My school was ranked my first year, because the year before they went to the national tournament for junior college, the tournament in Kansas. So he was ranked that year, number 6 in the country. Used to have a ton of college coaches coming in there, so I was just trying to fit in. I mean, we had the NBA lineup, the 6'10", 6'10", 6'7", 6'4". We had 2 6'9" coming off the bench. So I'm just looking like, I'm just trying to fit in and not get my shot blocked. Right. But I mean, it was good competition for me. After that experience, 2-year experience, I moved on to Division II school in Maryland, called Columbia Union, which is now called Washington Adventist. So that's pretty much my school journey there. After that, kept working, trying to get connected with this person, trying to get connected with that person, this agent, that agent. It was just a grind. And like I said, a bunch of years of that, you know, like I said, getting my foot in the door a little bit, but not really sticking. You know, I was asked that question to help a kid out, and it led to me coming here. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I never really intended to be a trainer, but I love it. I really don't have any days off, and I have no issues with that. I kind of have slow days like the weekends, like today. But other than that, I mean, I have no problem. I mean, Monday through Friday, I'm in the gym probably until midnight, which I have no issue with that at all.
What about you, Luke?
For me, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in Southwest Washington, D.C. I ended up going, I went to Jefferson Junior High School, which was my neighborhood junior high school. Very good team. I know the year before, a couple players went to Paul VI Catholic High School. So our high school was kind of like the feeder school to Paul VI Catholic High School, which was in the WCAC. So and I had a couple, you know what I'm saying, looks from the math, you know what I'm saying, they were interested, you know what I'm saying, Georgetown Prep, Murray, all the other private schools, but Paul VI really, you know what I'm saying, pursued me like, man, we want you, we not only want you, but we want your friends, and it was like, man, it was kind of like a Fab Five thing, you know what I'm saying, like all of us gonna go to private school, you know what I'm saying, for damn near free, you know what I'm saying, it's the ultimate dream from a kid from the hood, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, so when you look at that, it's like, damn, I'm really getting closer to my dreams, like when you see the Austin Freemans and you see them type of caliber players playing at these schools, you kind of like dream of playing against, you know what I'm saying, oh, I get to see Chris Wright tonight, I get to see Danny Sumner, you know what I'm saying, I get to see, you know, all the top players in the, you know what I'm saying, that area. You like, yo, I might, if I play good enough, I could play varsity 10th grade, I might end up matching up with this kid. So, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of like surreal to me. And unfortunately, things didn't work out at Paul VI for various reasons. So I transferred to Friendship Collegiate, which was a public charter school right off of Minnesota Avenue. You know what I'm saying, my rec league coach knew the coach at Friendship, and he accepted me. Had a good 4 years of Friendship. One of the top shooters in the area. Also played on the same high school team as Brandon Young. I'm pretty sure everybody.
Shout out to Brandon.
That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and him. You know what I'm saying? We were kind of like one of the top backcourts in the area for that. You know what I'm saying? For that span. He went to DePaul. I later on went to Maryland Eastern Shore. You know what I'm saying? Played 4 years. Had a up and down type of season. I mean, an up and down type of career. You know what I'm saying? Wish it could have been better, but the work didn't stop. You know, graduated, you know what I'm saying? Tried to get connected like same road Maul was, stay in the gym, stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready. You know? Always, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you put them gym time, you put that gym time in, you ain't going to no clubs, you're not going to no, this is really what I want, you know what I'm saying? So constantly pursuing it. Yo, let's go. Nah, bro, I'm in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Even from, you might have a little lady, you always in the gym. Look, if you ain't gonna support me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
get the rebound.
You know what I'm saying? Like Ross said, you want to be shooting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but like you said, you keep working, and it's funny how God works sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like He see you working, and even though you think something might not be for you, sometimes He show you that it can be for you. You know what I'm saying? The same type of enjoyment I get from playing now, or back then, I get from training. Like when a kid that can't shoot a jump shot at first, you in the gym with him 3 or 4 months, and he can make 5, 6 in a row. I feel like I could. You know what I'm saying? I feel great just like he feels great. So you get that same feeling of seeing like your work being, you know what I'm saying, brought to fruition, and it just gives you that, you know what I'm saying, that get up and go. Like if I could do it with one kid, I could do it with 20. If I could do it with 20, I could do it with 80, and you know what I'm saying? Whoever God puts in your life, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know what I'm saying, you fulfill that purpose.
Right, and I feel y'all in that, because I coach high school, so it's like the kids don't get it. Like you really gotta put in that work. You really gotta put in that work.
10,000 hours, man.
Yeah, like, you really gotta put in that work just to get better. And they like, oh, I see you, Coach Boo, you really can shoot. Like, yeah, dog, I'm short. I gotta make sure I can shoot better than everybody else, the next person. Because, you know, I'm trying to get the scholarship. Like he was trying to get the scholarship, you know what I'm saying? And that's good that y'all get back as trainers, because like kids, I know they be trying to work out and stuff, but they don't be knowing, they don't be having that avenue to get the people to train.
Right.
So that's good. That's absolutely amazing. And y'all get back to them.
Something I've noticed about y'all too, and it's something that's like that you have to have when you work with kids. Y'all seem like y'all got a real calm demeanor. So it kind of seems like you got a lot of patience. You got
in some cases,
at that point, you can tell that.
Some cases,
I've been the one in his workout.
Some cases, it's one of them things where you know every kid is different. You know what I'm saying? Every kid is
statement.
Every kid is different. Some kids, you know what I'm saying, you could come on. Other kids, you might gotta really get on that type of time. You know what I'm saying?
Get in his bush.
And some kids, you know what I'm saying, they need that. You know what I'm saying? Like as trainers, like we wear many hats. We're not just trainers. You gotta think to some kids we are father figures, therapists,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Counselors.
I was just ready to touch on
that. We you know what I'm saying, wear many different hats. So you know what I'm saying? Kids, parents call me all the time. Yeah, man, Coach Lou, I really appreciate you. Like sometimes when you're indulging in your purpose, you really don't have time to sit down like, yo, like
you have this type of impact.
You have this type of impact on these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they look forward to it. Like
that's a blessing.
He was mad he couldn't come to you today because he had practice. You want to come to me over practice? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I hope your coach ain't being real. I'm pretty sure what we doing is gonna help. It's gonna make him happy because you gonna be productive. But you know what I'm saying? It's dope. Like Mom said, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't have this type of talent. You know what I'm saying? You know, and to deal with the grassroots and to deal with the pros. You know what I'm saying? And at that pro level, it's kind of like one of them type things where it's like once you reach that pro level, you kind of I'm at that all-knowing stage. Like I'm a pro. You know what I'm saying? But to most pros, like some pros that are really good, they never stop learning something. Like it's always something.
You gotta figure out different
ways to get to, you know what I'm saying? It's a million ways to do something.
Right. To get to that level, I mean, it's little small details that you gotta start doing and start implementing into your lifestyle that you probably didn't do when you were younger. Which why I try to stress with younger kids now, like just, you know, watch games. A lot of kids focus on highlights. The oohs and the ahs plays as opposed to just watching the whole game. It's because their favorite player is not playing. So I tell a lot of kids, like, okay, who's your favorite player? They may say LeBron. Okay, cool. My favorite player is KD, but I try to watch DeMar DeRozan play, the Spurs play. Not saying I don't like DeMar DeRozan, but there might be something that might happen in that game that I can implement into a workout. Or something that I might be able to show you guys a situation from that game that was not a part of the person that you actually like.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's how you learn.
Not to cut you off, but I think like the most important part of like film is important. Like watching basketball, like just being. I tell my kids all the time, like even when we work out, we might do 1-on-1, full court, 2-on-2, whatever it may have. A kid might cross another kid. Ooh, like don't be a fan, be a student.
Right.
Like notice why he was able to get to that separation on his crossover instead of now you missing a hole, you missing them hidden gems and them subtle movements that allow him to get open. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how you touched on that too, because I think that separates from people or kids from either being good and great.
The details
and
that
stuff.
solid foundation. Like
exactly.
You gotta build it like with these kids. You gotta build a solid foundation. Like
Relationship with them.
if he can't make 7, 8 out of 10 jump shots, why am I giving him a complicated bag to where so when he make the moves, he's shooting at 20%. Because he can't shoot.
That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? They always say your workout percentage, take that percentage off, 30%, that's your game percentage. So if you're not shooting 80, 90% in a workout, you know what I'm saying? Now you get down to that, if you're shooting 80, 90% in the workout, now you get to that 40, 50. If you shooting 50% in a workout, you shooting 10% in the game. Because it's a lot of factors. It's no fatigue, you test. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different factors.
Contact. And when you get bumped a couple times, you're like, dang.
It's a difficult, or I won't say difficult, it's a difference when you're dealing with just kids, and you got maybe the middle-aged kids, and then high schoolers, stuff like that. So I know both of y'all touch all the kids. Some of y'all work with pros, like your specialties and stuff like that. So I know it's different, like you said, different teaching styles. But I know, where do you see yourself, or I won't see yourself, but where do you see as a kid when that kid is special? When do you know? When do you know that?
Like I would say, like feel for the game. Like when a kid is like you could tell like when a kid dominate like other kids, but it's like it's easy. Like the game comes so natural. You know what I'm saying? It's not forced. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about him making moves. Pump fake jab, one dribble pull up, or he might get there. He might jump stop, pump fake. You know what I'm saying? Just certain stuff that kids don't really do at his age level. That when they're. He can come off the pick and roll and make a left hand hook pass to the corner, like stuff like that is like it's different. When you got criteria for kids, you know what I'm saying? Each grade got a criteria. Can he read? Can he add? Can he subtract? When he goes above and beyond those things for his age bracket, that's when you know a kid's special. Like when he can do the stuff that you can't teach.
Right. The intangibles. You know what I'm saying? I know you're talking about.
Not only just the intangibles, but like, you know what I'm saying, like finish with both hands, you know what I'm saying? Some kids just naturally good finishers.
That's right.
Some kids just can naturally shoot the ball. That's their gift. God gave them that gift. So you know what I'm saying? Some kids they could run the pick and roll. I know some kids that have had no pick and roll training, but sometimes it just when they get in that situation, it's just and they fit for it. You know what I'm saying? Without you having to put them in there. So that's when I know a kid is special. But you know what I'm saying? It's not. Each kid has, you know what I'm saying, each kid does something better than another kid. You know what I'm saying? Each kid has something that they do special, you know what I'm saying? But those special kids, they kind of like, they do a lot of things well for their age group. So that's when I know a kid is kind of special.
Right. What about you?
Kind of similar to his response, the understanding of the game. I'm real big with kids nowadays on their body language. I think that's just as important. Everything that Lou said was correct and important, but I think the body language is just as important as that. Especially when you start getting older and getting into high school, free education, college, free education. There's so many factors that these coaches and scouts that sit in the crowd that watch the games, they just look at your body language. They look at your body language when you get subbed out. They look at your body language when you first sit down. They look at your body language when you probably should have been in the game, but you're not in the game. and the coach kept you out longer than what you expected. So now, are you gonna start pounding, or are you gonna keep cheering your teammates on? So obviously in a workout, you're not gonna see that, but like something to kind of like simulate that. Like, so if whether it's me or Lou running a training session, and you know, you two are training, and he's giving it to you in the workout. You know, he's dominating you in the workout. What's your...
That's good. That's good.
I'm giving an example.
We'll be right back in a second.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away. Make me feel away. Shorty, so then.
Yeah, so what I was saying is like, how's John's reaction? Does John just get defeated? Because if Lou's a college coach and he's getting defeated and cussing and stomping and all these theatrics, if Lou's coaching at St. John, Lou ain't gonna want him.
Right. He can't handle that little bit of adversity
exactly.
in the workout.
And that's the biggest problem with most of these kids now. They're too entitled. Adversity. They run away. They run away from it
instead of embracing.
Yeah.
That's
the perfect example that we have now. The transfer portal.
Right.
Now I'm not saying that there's not. You know,
some kids
there's examples in there that are legitimate. There's a legitimate reason why you transfer.
Yeah.
But there's also plenty of reasons, me and Lou probably can agree on a lot, where you're transferring for what?
And you just running. You just
Exactly.
to get a fresh start.
You ain't get your way,
Yeah,
so let me go over there to see if I can get my way there. And if I don't get my way there, I'm going to run from there also too.
And that transfer portal, you know what I'm saying? I have these conversations all the time. It's real in there. Like, you might have been great where you were. You just had to work for it a little bit. The coach might just wanted you to knock that door down. But you transfer now. The coach might take 2 or 3 kids that's at your same position in the portal. Now you got to fight 10 times harder, and you're not even a fighter. You know what I'm saying? You're not even that type of dude to get in that dog fight.
Put in that situation.
Right. So now you're going to run 2 or 3 times.
Exactly.
And even when in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of college coaches look at how many schools did a kid go to.
Right.
And he'd have been to 4 high schools. Like, let me call and see what's the deal with this kid. Like, why ain't he?
It's a red flag.
You know what I'm saying? It's a red flag. And even at that next level, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't pay attention to these factors, and you know, the overseas game is, you know what I'm saying, people are connected all over the world, you know what I'm saying? People could get the scoop on you at the drop of a phone call. Yeah, man, what's up with this kid? Like, yeah, man, his agent called me, and he looks to be a good fit, but he didn't play at 4 different colleges. Coach is telling me that, blah, like, you know what I'm saying, you could burn yourself, you know what I'm saying, by, you know what I'm saying, trying to get out of the fire instead of trying to fight your way into a position. When you earn it, it feel that much better. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go through that fire, that little bit of adversity, you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you can go through anything.
They don't want to go through that process.
I think that's what y'all touching on too. Like, it's like the generation. Cause I know when we grew up, we knew, get it, just go. We ain't taking no
33. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids, man. Like, I tell these kids all the time, like, y'all are blessed, man, to be able to, at 4 or 5 years old, have somebody work with you.
Exactly.
If we were brought up like that from 5, you know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? These kids, you know what I'm saying? I tell these kids a lot. I'll tell these kids all the time, like, the difference between me, you were more skilled than me. I just had more fight and more heart than you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff, these kids, we were self-taught.
Yeah, we self-taught.
Now,
we go outside and try.
We gotta be patient. Look, man, you can miss 20 left-hand layups. You going, champ? You gonna get it one time. You miss 20 left-hand layups while you playing 33. Yo, man, you garbage, man. Exactly. We had to deal with a lot growing up, like, as far as adversity. If you really want to be good at this, you know what I'm saying? People gonna call you trash. You gonna talk, man. You play, you sorry, you can't beat me. Play me for this, play me for that. Nowadays, these kids not used to, like, fighting You know what I'm saying? For something. You know
They're not. They're definitely not. Because you see it every day. Like, it's not even with just basketball. You just with life. Like, people, even with the whole kids being in the streets and stuff, they can't get up. They quit to get a gun. They do that. They quit to do that. So it can go deeper than just basketball. It's just the fact that it's just the fact that these kids they just grew up. Entitlement. That's what I said. That's big.
And I blame. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to blame, but it's like
call it what it is.
This Instagram thing, like these highlight films, highlight tapes.
Everybody, crazy.
Like
we had
everybody on the
I was trying to get
you might know some people that know like some celebrities. Celebrity get under your pick, your baby goat. Now you really thinking like I'm next up, like I'm here, like you. Now you forgetting what
they get gas so fast.
Man, it's crazy.
That's why I think about some of these rankings. I don't believe in none of these rankings.
Oh no.
Because I see some of these kids just based off their highlights, and I'm like, they're not gonna see them in real life.
None of it, man. I'm not.
No skill. Like I talk to him all the time. He be like, I got players that I was trying to tell him about something. He was like, yeah, he good or she good, but he lazy. Like, they don't work hard enough. And I was like, I don't see it because I basically just watched the highlight film, thinking yo just hit a crazy move, layup finish, and I'm thinking, all right.
It's all about how these camera tricks is different, man. Camera tricks is different. Camera tricks is different, man. You go and man, you look, man, that highlight tape, man, you had a good game. Man, hit me on the phone. He had no good game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you look sweet on that camera. It wasn't what you thought it was. When he was made them cameras, you would have thought he had 30. Now he had maybe 8 and with 10 turnovers. I'm like, they don't really show defensive clips. You know,
they don't.
They don't show miss box outs. They don't show you not being vocal. You know what I'm saying? So now
those are the small details.
It's just one of the things.
Look at. They definitely do.
You know, they don't show that. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fine.
It's when he gets subbed out, is his parents coming on the court. You know what I'm saying? My kid not playing this, that, and the third. You know
that's another thing.
Coaches don't deal with that. Like
that's another thing with
college coaches. Yeah, college coaches don't deal with none of that. They don't want to hear nothing. That's the first thing they ask.
And what I tell on that topic, what I tell kids is different from a high school coach and a college coach. Especially like at the Power 5 schools, them coaches, head coach, first assistant, second assistant, maybe the third, they getting 6 figures. So they gotta feed their family.
Right.
Example, there's a head coach, I ain't gonna name the name of the school, got 6 kids. I mean, you gotta feed his family. You know what I'm saying? So you think he got the time to babysit you and get different emotions and all this other stuff, and one day you come in motivated and next day you come in like,
he ain't got time to be with his own kid.
What he gonna do? He gonna go in that office, make a phone call. Yeah, I gotta get a replacement.
Right, for sure.
There's
nothing you can do about it.
It's business.
And what's gonna happen is, at the end of the season, when he has that meeting, he's gonna have this sit down like me and Lou sitting right here across from each other. Yeah, I think you should transfer somewhere else.
And it's like that.
Straight like that, though.
Like that. It's hard.
I'll help you get somewhere else. But right now, you're just not a good fit for this program.
Sure.
And that's a tough pill to swallow.
It's a reality check.
It is.
And they right back in the hood after that.
Facts.
Unless there's somebody that's willing to take a chance on them. But some people, depending on the reason that they want you to leave, you might go from D1 to D2 or something like that.
How do you even like have that conversation with a kid like, yo, you're not that good. Like you're not that at that level what you thought it. I think you need to take this back seat at a D2 or at a smaller Division 1 or at a D3 or go the JUCO route. What do you have that conversation for those kids? Because sometimes it's hard to tell a kid something when they think, like you said, they on Instagram saying, oh, I'm doing better than him. Or I'm doing this and that, but I know.
Pretty much what I just told you. I mean, like, that head coach wants to keep that job. That head coach wants to level up at some point. So, okay, if I'm at this school and I'm getting paid X amount of dollars, you know, regardless of not even counting how many kids you got or anything like that, but just, you know, you want to build a family, you want to build a tradition, you want to build your resume, so you don't want to stay at that school forever. You want to actually level up and get to a different opportunity that's going to bring more money and more and better opportunities. You know, exactly. So I gotta have that conversation, regardless if it's tough.
I ain't spaying you.
No, not at all. I'm gonna put. Hey, listen, I'm gonna
ain't gonna spay me if I go
exactly.
24.
I gotta take care of myself over you.
Right.
I'm gonna look out for you as much as possible. But if it's me against you, I'm gonna pick me. Exactly.
10 out of 10.
Exactly.
That's how I go, man. It's a
Exactly.
business, man. I think like these kids don't really know
that yet.
Know that it's the business side. Like everybody's replaceable.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Nobody's safe.
I also feel like they feel that way because like the society's kind of built off right now 8th place trophies. Everybody gets participation trophies. Everybody's like, congratulations for coming out to this league. Thank you for being here. Like we didn't have that. You either won,
top 3 first,
lost.
It's first 3
for sure. Everybody else gets here. We gotta give them something.
I knew for a fact. I knew I was getting mad when I got a third place trophy.
Yes,
Or
I
second
definitely
place
got
trophy. I ain't even want to keep it. I just throw it in the trash.
Second place, it's first loser.
That's why I wasn't going for that. But then I see kids happy. Like, hey, mom, I got a ribbon. Hey, but for what?
And I think it depends on what type of parent. You know what I'm saying? The parents too. The parents don't understand that they play a major role in this thing too. Like you out here with all these theatrics for your kids, and then when your kids do the same theatrics, you embarrassing me. You embarrassing your son, right? Embarrassing your daughter.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And these
just
parents,
copying off of you.
for sure. All they doing is just mimicking what their parents do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if a lot of these parents were, you know what I'm saying, like more cognizant of the situation they put their kids in, and more realist. Look, man, like. I know my kid. I want my kid to play on the best AAU team. The best AAU team might not be the place for your kid right now.
But some parents don't know though. They don't know it or they clueless.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna throw him in that fire. You gonna ride the bench.
He gonna crack.
13 you gonna ride at 14 you. Go where he's wanted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids, they need. You know what I'm saying? It's okay not to be where you want to be right now.
Right.
Don't stop working, but go where you want. I tell kids all the time, man. They want to ride, you know what I'm saying, waves to AAU teams. Go where you want it. Go where the coach wants you to play.
Skipping steps.
You know what I'm saying?
Steps.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to, I'm going to go here and now you just a number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go where you're valuable, where you hold value. You know what I'm saying? So if you going to go to this team, look, they're invested in you. Look, you going to play. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to improve instead of going to a team where you're not going to play as much. You're not even improving. The most important reps to get are those game reps. You could work out. Me and Mark train a kid. We in the gym 2-3 years straight. He go out there and he might not know what to do in the game because he never has played in the game.
Right.
He never got those in-game reps. You know what I'm saying? Kid might go and burn up. I know a lot of workout All-Americans.
I seen him.
You see him, you be like, yo, this kid is, man, put him through some stuff. He ripped the workout to shreds. Put him in the game, it's like
Tunnel vision.
oh snap.
That's
I'm like a
crazy.
deer in the headlights. You know what I'm saying?
Whistles and the lights
Yeah.
Tunnel vision.
I kind of want to change gears. I know we talked on like kids. Let's get to like the pro level. I know some of y'all work with pros, and I know like you said, different teaching methods. When you talk like some pros, like you said, they want to keep learning. You got some that's still just content. I'm just coming just because I just need to stay in shape till contract season. You know what I'm saying? So, what difficulties that you deal with just pros, or what kind of stuff that you deal with just every day when you're talking to a pro? Because I know sometimes when you're dealing with pros, you kind of trainers, you kind of act like a little bit as their agent, because you got agents calling, you got NBA teams calling, you got your college, even colleges calling for like, yo, what you think? How is my guy working this summer? Is this and that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What kind of steps you go through, or what kind of, just walk me through what kind of goes through every day when you're dealing with like pros, or the pros and cons and stuff like that.
I think like the good ones, you don't really have those, like the ones that see themselves as, you want to work your way up, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have them problems with them guys. I think like the hardest thing for a pro is like, when you've reached them top leagues, is just staying motivated, you know what I'm saying? Staying and always, you know what I'm saying, want to learn new things. Like some people just, oh yeah, look, I done made it here. Some people get content. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with going to a lower league with the bag. Some people like want to go for those high leagues to test their, you know what I'm saying, they skill. And ultimately you make it to the Euro League. You know what I'm saying? Some people like going to Philippines making, you know what I'm saying, 20, 30 a month. Some people that's their life. They want to live. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to live. Look, we gonna do it as such. But the good pros, the ones that, you know what I'm saying, like want to make a crack at it. You know what I'm saying? It's some pros that some pros just want to make it to the league just to say they made it to the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm a pro. I know I could play in Israel. I could play this, yada, yada, yada. I want to get back to where I know I belong. And those are the ones that, for the most part, stay hungry, because that's not the end-all, be-all. Overseas is not the end-all, be-all for them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a redemption type thing. You know what I'm saying? So with them, you know what I'm saying? Pros in general, you have your ones where it's like, they get, not motivated, a lot of this, that, and the third. But the ones that, you know, I know Maul works with, the ones that I work with sometimes, like, they're hungry for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They want the new stuff. They want, like you said, they want to reinvent themselves. Every summer they come home, they want to add something new to their game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's most important. Just learn how to constantly, like, reinvent yourself, put new stuff in your bag. Because at that point, you know what I'm saying, like, when you got so much stuff in your bag, it's like, you want God to work for it.
Try not to lose much. It's pretty much the same thing, honestly. I think just staying motivated, like you said, when you get to that level. To me, there's a difference. Some people may not understand, but there's a difference where someone that's in the NBA is a difference from somebody overseas. NBA, that's the highest level. So, to be honest, those players could just be on a maintenance type thing. Whereas overseas, it's no maintenance. It's kind of still like college. Because now, you still got to keep working. I actually like that though. I like working with overseas players because it's still a constant motivation.
For sure.
You don't want to keep making $5,000 a month. You want that 5,000 to turn into 8,000, 8 to turn into 11, that 11 to turn into 15, and then that keeps going on and on and on. Whereas when you're in the NBA, you come in that joint. Now the way that they're giving money out, even though you may not be good, and who knows these examples, you may not be that good, but you coming in getting $7 million. And you ain't really earned it.
You ain't really earned it.
Exactly.
So it's not
but
like
$7 million sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got a good team around you as far as people that's off the court, they can make that $7 million double. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a rookie contract, so that might last 2-3 years. So that's, if you're saying $7 million 3 years, that's $21 million. Some people can sit down and not do a thing for the rest of their lives and live off that $21 million. That possibly could have been doubled if you got a right team around you. A good circle. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lax in that where you're not necessarily motivated. Whereas, you know, overseas, you want that bag to keep increasing.
You might get sent home.
Exactly.
That's
the
problem.
You might, you know what I'm saying, them playoff bonuses, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a lot of incentives that come with certain clubs, and it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I lost in the second round this time. It's always you know what I'm saying, a motivating factor for those players that, you know what I'm saying, like overseas, like Maul said.
And the difference also, one of the biggest differences is that the pay. Overseas, you're only getting paid once a month. So now, let's just say, you know, season starts October. We in January. You got paid October, you got paid November, you got paid December. January comes around, GM hits you, you ain't got it. Sponsors ain't come through.
Calling me down.
You know what I'm saying? So now you don't miss a month. So whether you getting 5 or 10 or 15, you know what I'm saying? You miss a month of that. Whereas in the NBA, you could be trash, sit on the bench, but you still getting your bag.
The first and the 15th.
Exactly. Twice a month. It's guaranteed. It ain't no shadiness. Ain't no nothing. You getting your money. Whereas overseas, you an American over there, in them European countries, they don't really fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta work harder so that you can put yourself in a situation where you don't have to worry about that. And you can be in certain countries, certain teams that don't have those issues. I mean, there's certain countries where the money doesn't necessarily come from the team; it comes from the government, so they gotta pay you.
Gotcha.
France is an example.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So
They don't pay.
So you're getting paid regardless. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you may go somewhere else where they skip it a month or two.
Right.
That month or two, if depending on what your situation is at home, that's gonna kill you.
If you ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Whereas in the NBA,
It's coming regardless. Right. Even when you get weighed, it's still coming.
exactly.
For sure. Speaking of that, we gotta get paid. So we'll be right back.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one.
Yeah. So piggybacking off the pay situation is just a difference. So the mindset for an overseas player is totally different than an NBA player. And not saying that there aren't NBA players that are motivated, because there are some NBA players that, okay, maybe getting 7 and they want that 7 to go to 14. They want that 14 to go to 20. And the way they're giving out money now, they want that 20 to go to 40.
Right.
So there are some players that are motivated to do that. And I mean, come on, you getting 40 mil a year. You gifted.
Right.
And you blessed.
Very
You know what I'm
blessed.
saying?
Yeah, I'll definitely look at for instance, not to cut you off, but I look at the most recent, we talking about overseas, the NBA, most recent player was with Mike James, right? He made that jump from the team in Russia to
Cheska.
Cheska, and then he went straight to the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
So, and he always been like an NBA caliber player. He just had a rough stint in Phoenix because it's not even his on the court issue, it's just off the court issues.
Right.
So when you're dealing with pros like that, their attitudes still tend to hurt them in a way, as far as like getting that bag. Because there's some players that's overseas that should be in the league,
Right.
and then there got players that's in the NBA that should not even be on that roster.
For sure. Right.
But they on the roster because of quote unquote maybe who they know, who represents them. I can go into depth to all that, but it's just that.
You ain't gonna name no names.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out here in this world. Cause I deal with some. I'll be hearing some of these. I'll be in these meetings with some of these quote unquote GMs and stuff. Don't know a lick about what the heck they talking about as far as like a caliber of a basketball player. And I be like, man, you know Mike James did that in Russia 3 years straight, averaging 20 in the best league,
the second best league in the.
You feel me? So I'm like, but now
in the world.
But now you just now giving yo a shot.
And what people don't understand too is a small detail that I'm sure Lou know, but a lot of people know. It's the difference between overseas and NBA. There's no 3 seconds overseas. So it's harder to score over there.
That's what I'm saying. And
So think about, piggybacking on who we talked about earlier, Luka. He said it's easier to score in the NBA than overseas.
Yep.
The reason is because the paint is packed. So now you going down there, the overseas teams, they may not be as tall as the NBA teams, but they're rugged, physical, gritty. So you going down there getting smacked around.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you're American.
And they not cut. Perfect example, Pierre Jackson. Ripping up G League, averaging 30, 40. First stint in Turkey, 3-4 points.
Yeah,
5 points. It's not, I mean, you, first of all, 5'8", Lou? 5'8", super nice, super shifty, but you, like Lou said, you're an American, so you ain't gonna get all the calls that you was getting in America. And then 2, you go down there and paint thinking it's sweet.
It takes some getting used to.
Yeah, it's 2 6'10" people waiting down there.
They wait to smack you.
Yeah,
the rules is different. Like
exactly.
in the
And you know, you put that shot on that rim, they can smack it on the rim.
You gotta put the ball like on the pump fake. You gotta put it down.
Exactly. It's different.
So it's like you said, it's the details that they don't realize. Cause you do that, can't do a regular sweep through. They calling that every time.
They did change it in certain places, but it's not all the way changing. Some refs are still stuck to the old way, so it's still an adjustment.
I know Maul get calls all the time, like yo, like what we worked on right here. Like they called me for a walk like 3 times. You know, like you know what I'm saying, but
it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment on the player and the trainers then. And I feel like if both can make the adjustment, that just makes that bond bigger, and that goes to show you how good that trainer is, that they can adapt to different scenarios and situations
and make your game that much more effective.
Exactly.
Within those rules.
Yep.
Because it's kind of like one of them things like on that rip through, we so used to getting extra steps.
Exactly.
That put when you put it down, kind of like slow you down. Slow your game down. You know what I'm saying? So
it kind of erase that first step.
Right.
Right. But you can also up that first step, shift back to the next move, and it's like you got counter. Now you counter.
Sure. But always everybody love that rip through one dribble.
Right. That's
automatic.
Everybody likes that.
Some like you said, you got some players. We can call it what it is. Some players in the NBA ain't that skilled. They don't even got it after the rip through. They don't got nothing after they put the drop down.
Right.
They all straight one direction. Because you got to think about it too. Like, I mean, we all know basketball. So it's like you are what you're good at. When you're in the league, you're supposed to do one thing.
You're a specialist.
So if you know you're a slasher, and you know you're a slasher, you slash. If you know you're a shooter, you shoot. You ain't doing nothing over there.
There's nothing wrong with that because people get paid.
Exactly.
You're a specialist.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, look,
You're a specialist
right now. Joe Harris called it 75 bag. 25 mil. Just a shooter. I'm cool.
And he play hard.
He do play hard, but that means you probably I think it was like 4 years, 70 mil. So you getting like what? Over 15 mil.
There's a lot of people.
Listen, I'm cool with that for sure.
He one-dimensional.
Call me
I will be 25 mil.
I will be one-dimensional for the rest of my career. If you're gonna pay me 15 mil a year, I could care less. So my bills are paid.
Right.
Family's good. Vacation.
I got a house here. I got a condo there.
I can invest. I can double my earnings.
I think it's like people get twisted too. Like, yo, it's okay to do just that. Like,
it's okay. Especially if you're fitting in that system.
Right.
Now, if you go somewhere, if you waived or you're traded to somewhere else, you might have to adapt. Now, instead of being a marksman, I might got to put it under the deck a little bit.
Exactly.
So now you might have to add a little bit more to your bag. But if that coach is telling you, shoot.
Better shoot.
Come on, shoot it.
That's why like, I'm not trying to talk about LeBron, but that's how LeBron be getting mad. Like, yo, if I'm pass you the ball, you supposed to shoot that ball.
He kind of like makes his teams like that. Like,
exactly.
I kind of think like for like the reason why they lost so early, like they don't have no bona fide corner guys.
They don't. They were trying to make Caldwell poke one, but he's not.
No bona fide like corner guys, and then like Lake Brown, my guy, but it's like 7-11 different in Brooklyn. It's different with hard.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
It's different.
Like I saw some. I ain't really trying to talk about LeBron like that, but it's crazy. I seen people bash him after he just lost, right? And it's like people, and I'm like, he's like, what, 36?
36. You was here, what, 15?
Yeah, and I'm like,
18.
You expect him to do what he was doing like, what, 10 years ago? I mean, he needs him. That's why he gave 80 that bag, I'm thinking, but he can't, you know what I'm saying?
He taking care of his body.
I think my take on it, they didn't win the championship last year, but 80's not a typical big that LeBron's used to playing with.
Exactly.
So, an example, and me and Lou talked about this before, separate from this, like, he got Chris Bosh, turned Chris Bosh into, from what he was in Toronto, Chris Bosh was doing everything.
Exactly.
Lou just said he had no corner guys. Chris Bosh became that corner person. Kevin Love was arguably the best power forward in the league.
Machine.
And not no basic double doubles with 25%. I'm talking about 25 to 16,
sometimes 25 to 28.
Yeah,
like different numbers.
And you ain't stuff that you ain't never seen. And he can pass and all that stuff.
And he was in the corner.
16 points a game, sit in the corner and shoot. And there's two different ways to look at that. I didn't like that because I'm like, you stripping these guys
from their natural gifts.
Exactly. But it's also another way to look at it. It's a sacrifice and what's going to be good for the veteran team. Now, those two guys can retire, whether they become sorry or not. I got paid. I got some rings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, exactly.
That's why people get mad. Like, yo, you gotta understand. Like, if you're gonna go play with LeBron, you gotta know what you get yourself into.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing with AD because AD is so skilled that you can't really restrict him to be that corner shooter.
Or he can throw it down.
Exactly. He's not
a lot of jump shots.
Yeah, he's not. But the thing is, like, he's not that type because he can hit the jump shot. He can put the ball on the floor. I mean, only thing AD can't do really is run pick and roll. He probably can. We just ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, he can do everything else. So it's kind of hard to say AD go stand there.
That's why it looks more. That's why it looks more appealing to play in Brooklyn or playing those planes like that. Cause KD he gonna let you rock a little bit. Yeah. And at the same time, you got two other dogs on that team that got that mentality. Like, I'm gonna go get a bucket first before I pay. I mean, only for that quote unquote made a sacrifice in scoring maybe James Harden, but he still gets his rock.
What's special about KD is that like he could blend in it in any city.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's fact.
Like in OKC, they open gym. You know what I'm saying? Like he was successful.
That's crazy.
He go to Golden State system. He gonna be KD regardless. Like his efficiency rate gonna be the same, if not better.
His efficiency rate was crazy.
And that's why I always thought that he was the best player in the league. And this is no knock on LeBron, but I just feel like with LeBron,
he only got one playing style.
Exactly. I'm gonna get to the rim, you stand there, and I'm gonna kick out to you. Nobody's gonna stop me from getting to the rim, no matter what. But at the same time, it's just like, that's only going to work for so long because it's so predictable.
That's why
that was always my knock with LeBron. He's a great player, legendary player. But it's like, okay, he added the 3-ball later on in his career. Not great, but it's okay. But what other facets have you added? Like, I argue with a couple people different times. Like, doesn't use the stop and pop. Even though, okay, I understand the NBA's went to the 3-ball, but at your size, that'd be useful for you. For sure. The mid-post game.
He don't do that enough.
I mean, it's okay now, but
better.
and I know Lou is a fan of him, but Lou will admit this, it could be way better.
It's not a staple. Like
exactly.
It should be a
staple.
Like,
with KD game, like it seemed like everything like is a staple for him. Like
exactly.
He could play off the ball. Like he could be that corner guy.
Exactly.
Like, and still like he probably telling them, look, get y'all. I could fit in. Like I could give me my 1-2 touches every time y'all shoot it. I'm gonna score 25.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cool.
If you give me 5 shots in a half, I'm gonna make 3 or 4 of them.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's make all of them.
Exactly. That too.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, you saying, well, reverse order. You got KD 1, you got LeBron 2nd. I know you got LeBron first.
Like from I always put it like this, like Kate, as far as like playing basketball, Kevin Durant's the most like the best. He don't have no flaw. Like he's a flawless basketball player. Like I
especially when he locked in.
When he locked in and like, okay, I'm gonna take over. It's like he looked like the only time I get like a little nervous when LeBron going up against somebody is KD. Like Kawhi's like, all right, he might have a little trouble, but he can get it. Like KD just a different animal.
I make you uncomfortable.
You know what I'm saying? And for him, like when you see like Lamar said, like him being like KD can run the pick and roll. Like KD can pass. A lot of people knocked him for he don't play no defense. He's playing defense now.
He always played defense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's more.
It's more better.
You see it now.
You know what I'm saying? But like from as far as like scoring and like playing back, like KD as far as playing basketball, he's a better like basketball player, like scoring the ball. Like LeBron, as far as like the whole like I'm a
intangible.
The tangible guy, like the assists, the rebounds, like I could lead a team type thing. Like I get a nod to LeBron, but like I hate this debate because they so good at what they do.
I can't stand it.
You know what I'm saying? But from looking at it, we both are trainers. We both love we both love details. Like details help us drive our clientele up, and that's what separates us from the average person. So like when you see KD like. When you watch LeBron's game, it's like you don't get excited. When KD do something, you like, yo, like
it's mental.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Like when you see free throw, even like with Kyrie, like these dudes are like skilled, bro. Like it's different.
It's night and day, it's crazy.
You know, LeBron is dominant. Like when he dominated the game, you could tell like he taking over the game.
The great thing about LeBron, I was having this conversation with somebody. Like we sitting here saying that he's not as skilled as this.
Literally. That's what
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Yo, it just.
I mean, hey, you don't just stumble. You just don't stumble upon that.
That's why I be confused.
So
Like,
it's
they
like-
be bashing her, but you look at the
Nah,
look at the numbers.
Nah, I gotta humble myself, even though I'm not 100% fan. I gotta humble myself, like, yo, he's number 3 in scoring. That's crazy, bro.
He's still going though, so he might even
Exactly.
he might get the 2 or 1. But so we know 1 and 2s. Who's your 3 then?
Right now,
Yeah. Who's your 3? Cause I'll be confused. I mean, I think this is a guard league, so I be putting 3s. I mean, I be putting like I don't know. I mean, I got Dame in my top 5 now, so I ain't gonna hold you. But 3, I don't really know. Like, I be juggling with Steph, Kawhi, and Giannis, but I just be like, man, I don't even be knowing.
it's tough. One person that you said, Giannis, not heavily skilled, but when you look at his numbers,
It's crazy. That's what I'm
Number domination.
Yeah,
Like,
Should be like 30, 10 and 10.
without a jump shot.
Yeah, shoot.
Right.
Two
So,
steps in the paint.
Shit, it's crazy.
yeah, it's tough to kind of keep him out of that
That's what I'm
conversation.
saying. Like I was gonna say, I got between those 3.
And then you got Kawhi, like, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
below the radar, but like he a machine too. Like he a machine, like
One person that I've always been an advocate for, even though he just sometimes doesn't fulfill it, Embiid. Me personally, and a lot of people might think this is a wild statement, even people in this building right now, but I think he's probably the most skilled big man ever.
No, there's no argument with that.
I mean,
yeah,
you
he's
said-
skilled.
you said
Most skilled.
Ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
now,
you got Kareem, but I mean,
so we got Kareem, we got Akeem, but
got Akeem,
this
that's it.
is why I say that.
I want to
Name
give Shaq.
somebody at his size, height, and weight, because he's not no little dude, that's putting the ball on the floor. Has he pull up? Like, you ever seen anybody do that?
That's kind of crazy. That is like
a double jump.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Like guard bag.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
7 feet, almost 300 pounds.
Euro steps.
Right.
That's
Like,
kind of like if
yeah.
Shaq had Akeem's footwork.
I guess you could say that. I'm gonna probably say that about Shaq, but it's crazy. It's like, how are you doing that? But he
can shoot the 3.
Exactly.
It's too much, yo. And the
But
game
he
evolved.
be soft sometimes too, so that's where people, take him out of that, equation.
That conversation.
Yeah, he does it to himself. But me personally, I just think he's probably the most skilled big man ever. I love Jokic, especially as he got himself in shape now.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah, he tough. He definitely.
High release, you never blocking it.
Never
Yeah,
block
nah.
it. Can't jump over 2
No.
newspapers,
His
but
pace is crazy.
but it's, you know what I'm saying? I had that conversation all the time. Who you like, Embiid or Jokic? But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm high on Embiid, man. Like
And the only thing that takes Embiid out, like you said, is his mentality. Like, but between KD and LeBron, I like KD's mentality because KD got that mentality of like life's too short. I don't worry about what people say about me. I'm me. So I love KD's mentality. I don't
KD
think
on
LeBron.
Twitter and Instagram.
Wow.
And like,
Wow.
you trolling, I'm trolling with you.
You got a burner account. You just out here watching.
You know what I'm saying?
But KD's mentality kind of takes him to another level. I think he's surrounding himself with people like that, like Kyrie and Harden have that same mentality. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They kind of got that little. They kind of.
And I think it took a while for KD to develop that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could tell like he kind of like used to take stuff personal, but who would? You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially
you
from
know,
OKC to
for
Golden
sure,
State.
for sure. But when you really look into the mirror, you like, yo, like I ain't playing the game to care about what other people think about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you get past that hurdle, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's like he playing like free.
Right.
Like ever since he had that mirror experience, he play free now. Like it's not like you can't say nothing about him that really can hurt him.
He looked like he played at the Rucker Park when he dropped 62.
Yeah.
That's what
He was different. I know. I wanna real quick before we get to the quote of the day. Since we in the DMV, Baltimore people don't kind of separate themselves from like, you know what I'm saying, the DMV stuff, but we gonna keep it. So, give me, it's gonna be crazy though. Give me,
You already know it's coming up.
Give me the top 5 players. First of all, we gonna start local first, and then we gonna do DMV. Give me the top 5 players now in Baltimore. I mean, Lou, you can attest to this too. I know you more on that DC side, but you know what's up. You know hoopers. Give me your top 5 in Baltimore City.
High school kids? Or
No.
just period?
Period right now. Like who's your top 5?
You talking about pros?
Pros. Kids over. We done with the kids.
We done with the kids.
I
We
mean,
get spicy.
Of course, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, when you hit Baltimore, you got the thrill. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, when you hit Baltimore too, you also hit staying kids that stay close. You know, love this game. Pros. From what I'm familiar with, I know he's had some injuries and stuff. When I was in high school, Roscoe Smith was that. Baltimore. Of course, you think Melo.
Yeah, Melo, he up there.
All right, these ain't in no order. It's just off the top. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not from Baltimore, but you know, sheesh.
What's that 4, right? Got one more.
I mean, you can't really name 5. I don't leave nobody out. Not no more than me, you know what I'm saying? I'm from DC, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I said. I feel. That's what I said. I know.
I don't want to leave nobody out.
They gonna be on the joint clock.
But you got like Rudy Gay too.
That's fine right there. That's cool. That's what I wanted to know, because I was like, people will watch this, but yo, hold up now.
I mean, you can't leave out Thrill. You can't leave out Melo. You can't leave out Rudy. That's 3.
That's 3 right there. You got 2 more.
You can't leave out Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm. That's wild.
I was waiting for one of y'all to say it.
You can't leave out Malcolm. I mean, all right, he didn't do the greatest in the NBA, and his stint was short.
He was
but
cool. He
was cool. But I'm saying, I personally think he had more of a European game because he was over there so long.
Right.
But I mean, he's a legend overseas.
And the fact that he took the right steps too.
Yeah, no, he did. He's a legend overseas. So you got to put him in there. That's 4. I mean,
that's 4. We got one more. They gonna be at the work. Yo, what's up? Yo, I'm going to Lou, yo. Lou called my name.
It's tough, man.
I'm gonna say Stanton because of the route that he took, kind of unknown, and then getting to the league.
Yeah. And I knew Stanton because while I was at Eastern Shore, he was at Central. And then I think he was at Central, and then from Central he went to Colorado State or whatever. We had played, but Shorty was. You know what I'm saying,
that crazy part, they hold him back at Central too, so he didn't get a chance.
So like I was like, yo, like this kid could really like boogie. You know what I'm saying, like. And I named Stanton because of course I played against him in college, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Malcolm. Malcolm a legend for sure. You know what I'm saying? That kind of go without being said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can't leave those out. That's 4 names that you got to put in.
I mean, either with that, I mean, it could either way. I'm just saying because I know, like I said, you more like Lou. You more like our age, so you kind of grew up with like I said, Roscoe.
Yeah.
John Shelby. All
watching Malcolm kill us, B-Tech.
Yeah. So I mean, I played. I knew Malcolm because I remember I was a freshman. He was at Towson Catholic, so I knew what I did. I was a freshman playing.
He was with Dante.
Yeah, and I was just like, yo, tough. And I knew he had little legs and like big arms. I said he was just shooting. I was like, who is? I ain't know nothing about that. I ain't know about the show, but that day he opened my eyes. Like, he did play with Dante. So
that's another name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot.
It's tough. I would say it's hard to name the top 5 in the city.
And I think like when people get caught up in,
it's
all about
cooking right now.
And John had the city on lock at one point, like a kill did. Just Baltimore. Like there's so much we can leave out.
Go like it all depends on what you looking.
So all right, we left Baltimore. We gonna go straight to DC now.
DC.
Yeah. I know a little bit, but that's what I'm saying. I just be saying
pros. You know what I'm saying? The area you probably, you know what I'm saying, you go to Katy for sure. You know what I'm saying? You go Beasley. For sure.
We the ones.
You go
Definitely.
You go KD before KD, DeMar Johnson for sure.
Ooh, the Denver Nuggets, right?
Yeah. You go man, that's a lot.
That's 3 right there. You get 2 more.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? That's Maryland too. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You gonna add Ty Lawson?
Ty for sure.
Try to be on that.
Ooh,
God,
it's tough.
That's why
that fifth
my
one
game
crazy.
Fifth one,
It's tough.
That fifth one will be crazy. Some people you leave out. I mean, even the whole Georgetown series.
I gotta go Chris Wright.
Chris Wright.
He even got Jeff Green.
Jeff Green.
Chris Wright was ridiculous in high school.
Oh yeah, he was at
St. John.
St. John.
Yeah, like some people be like, man, like he averaged. When they average 30, they really average like 22.
No, he really averaged.
He really averaged 30, like 30. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of like.
Yeah.
With this thing, like I don't like getting caught up in like.
Cause it's like that.
But it goes to show like the level of basketball, like this level, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the hotbed. You know what I'm saying? Like
come here, you know you're going somewhere.
It's the hotbed, you know what I'm saying? So
what's your 5?
even if you get left off the list, it's like
no, it ain't disrespect. You just know because there's some kids that
DC.
Yeah. Can you work with DC kids, DC guys too?
KD definitely up there. Beasley, Jeff Green.
That's 3.
If we go on old school, Austin.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Austin Freeman was nice.
Yeah.
He said Chris Wright.
Yeah.
That's 4 right there. Right. 5th one gonna be crucial.
Man, it's tough.
You don't hurt nobody's feelings.
It's tough, man.
Think of all of them too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure
And a
out.
lot of people
You know what's so crazy? This person didn't even make it to the league, but I thought he was amazing. Bobby May's cousin.
Silent. Yeah, Silent. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Silent. Jamal Haywood. And even a lot of people don't give him his credit and what his resume. Another person.
I know Lou know him, but my goodness, bro.
Nolan. A lot of people don't give Nolan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't give him his credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But nah, Jamal was ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, Silent was, you know what I'm saying?
Different.
Y'all want to put Greg in that situation too?
Rickle.
Wilmington.
I mean, he's not really DC.
He's not.
That's right. But he's still Maryland though, eh?
Well, we said DC. That counts as DCPG.
Yeah, you right. I was just trying to stop some shit.
You can't put him in. You can't put
No.
But as far as like Howard County, he the GOAT.
Nah, definitely. He's going to
He don't even count. I'm not even worried about him. Nobody did that.
But you know.
Don't say nothing. Alright, let's get to this real quick. I want to, before we get out of here, you know, drop your quote and I want y'all to get your intakes.
I was the same thing I said about KD's mentality. Like, he doesn't care about what people think about him. He's him. So, life's too short to care what people think about you. Just be you. That's KD all the way. Kyrie now too, because Kyrie's Kyrie. Right.
Nah, you do.
Yeah. So, what did that like represent to you guys before, real quick? Just wrap it. Just say how you feel when you think of that quote.
I think like when you indulge in like other people's views on you, it kind of like distracts you from, you know what I'm saying, like your lane and what and your purpose that you have in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you might, he ain't this, he ain't that, and you feeding into these, you know what I'm saying? Like you feeding into all these opinions about you. You kind of like you lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you know what I'm saying, you talk to God, you keep God first, and you fulfill the purpose that you know what I'm saying, you feel it's God has put you on this life to fulfill, like that's all you should be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like everybody has a unique talent, you know what I'm saying? God placed you on this earth to do something, you know what I'm saying? indulge in that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you indulge in them other naysayers and all that stuff, it kind of like distracts you from what your purpose really is in life. So that's what I get from it.
What you do with it, Mo?
Stick to what you know, stick to what you believe. Can't let outsiders throw you off track, take you out of your lane. If your lane is this, don't let nobody push you over there. If you feel like this is this, don't let nobody tell you that this is that. That's pretty much it.
To their own self be true.
Yeah, always go with your gut feeling. Whether someone else tells you, okay, that may not be the best. I mean, if you feel like it's the best, then go ahead and do it. Kind of to what Tone said earlier, you know, mistakes in life, not really mistakes, they're like lessons. Everything in life is lessons. I mean, I've done a lot of good things in life, I've done a lot of bad things in life that led me to do good things in life.
For sure.
Because it's all a learning experience. You know, every day you wake up and you know you walk this earth and you complete those 24 hours. First, you gotta be thankful, and then two, that whole day was a teaching lesson for you to do better the next day. Even with small details. I may have procrastinated a little bit too much in the morning and got to where I needed to be a little late. Let me do better next time. It may have been perceived as a mistake, but again, it was a lesson. So now you know I need to speed up this process early in the day so I can be on time and everything else will fall in line.
Not your comfort zone.
So, real quick, you can y'all can drop y'all IG so people know when to follow you. If the kids watch it, they can look you up the way, you know what I'm saying?
So they can get this work if they need it.
You can follow me on IG _Latrellville. Also the Skill Society on IG.
Follow me on 9450, 4 spelled out 50.
9450, man.
So this is the wrap, Trainers Edition. I want to thank y'all guys for coming. I know Mark got to get out of here. He got a training session in a minute.
Don't stop.
Late.
Yeah, late as always. No, he always talks about like, yo.
He's still going to give you that good work.
Time to go.
Wraps it up. On that note, media mindset. Make sure y'all follow the page. That boy got knowledge. See y'all guys soon.
Yo.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away.